That was it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. So before we get to the call to public, I had a request to move item 42 up, which is about the call to public. This is brought by the Chairman-elect, Travis Lingenfelter. Discussion and possible action to approve an amendment to the Mojave County Board of Supervisors Rules of Order by placing the call to the public at the end of the Board of Supervisors agenda to ensure timely handling of required official public hearings and business items while allowing the public to participate in the call to public. And we do have people signed up to speak. We have Mr. Beffert. And next up, we'll have Mr. McClure.
Supervisors, for the record, Greg Beffert, and I've been coming up here for about 14 months now. Started off trying to hold you people accountable for your actions during COVID. Not just the elected officials, but the two bureaucrats over here who were equally responsible for violating the constitutional oaths that at least you people took during that time. It wasn't that you didn't have enough information, Supervisor Bishop. It's that you guys ignored the information that we were trying to bring forward to you because you were stuck in your echo chamber back here. That was the problem. And you tried to shut us out here at the beginning. It wasn't you didn't have enough information. You didn't want to hear the information that was contradictory to the narrative. That's the problem. This is about free speech. And it's been, ever since COVID-19, it's been stifled, whether it's censorship online or you can't say certain words or terms. I'm sure she's going to run off here to Phoenix, go through her rituals, scribble her name on a piece of paper to support anti-Semitic hate speech laws. That's what's coming. Then you can enjoy your all-expense trip to Israel, free. This is about censoring free speech. Moving this to the back is nothing more than that, disguised as best business practices. That's what it is. And people need to have a voice. You don't want to hear criticism. That's your problem. You don't want to hear the truth. You didn't want to hear about COVID and the harm that you were causing. And now the lies that have come out in the psychological operation that we know that it was. It's no different than the psychological operation that's going on in the Middle East.
I think we're a little off topic. This is about just the call to public.
This is my time.
Well,
give it to
we have
me.
to. This isn't a call.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
This isn't call to public, though, Mr. Beffert.
This is my
about
time.
an agenda item.
Yes, this is about free speech. And you don't get it. You don't seem to get it. So like I said, go ahead and go off and go
Just
scribble your
please
name on a
keep
piece
on
of paper. Yeah, I am on topic. Don't interrupt me.
Excuse
I'm up
me,
here.
you're done.
No, I'm not.
This is not the call to public where I can't speak
I'm
back to
talking
you.
about agenda item 42, which deals with free speech.
Yes, please.
Madam Chairman, this is not called to the public, so you can interrupt him.
I can.
I just want to reiterate,
Yes.
it's about call to the public, but this is.
Right,
not
this
call
is-
to the
yes,
public.
that's-
This is an agenda.
that's right.
item, so
I'm not-
We can also ask him questions if we so desire.
Right, that's true.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for the clarification. Just wanted to let you know this isn't a call to public, so I can speak back.
You can't interrupt me, though. If you have questions, go ahead, but you took my time. See, this is what I'm talking about here. These are the antics and the tactics that you guys have been doing here. Some of you, not all of you, but have been pushing. And I wrote you a long time ago, and I told you that one of the best things that you could do here now is admit that you made mistakes. Forgive yourselves first, and maybe the people of Mojave County will forgive you. But you need to stop this. You need to stop this. Thank you.
Jennifer Esposito, then James Jones, and then Sean Meisner.
Jennifer Esposito, Kingman. Okay, this is getting old. You've already taken away our right to comment on the consent agenda items unless we discuss them during call to the public, which is supposed to be before the consent agenda. If you move the call to the public to the end, then you've completely suppressed our right to speak on the consent agenda items because you have a rule, not a law, but a rule. Now, Mr. Beffert is right. A lot of this started during COVID, but I'd like to point out it goes farther back. You know, I believe that when Watson and the rest of those questionable people were on the board, they tried to get rid of call to the public altogether. I think they arrested people, don't wear this shirt, don't do this thing, don't wear a hat that says something we don't like, right? There's a long-standing history of trying to suppress free speech. But during COVID, you literally proposed permanently banning people, and yes, you, little Travis, that was you, banning people from speaking if you didn't like what they said. Like, granted, I'm probably more well familiar with open meeting law than those of you who have been required to take classes on it. And yes, you can put it anywhere you like. And even as chairman next year, Travis, you can sit up there and rearrange the agenda. But you know what those of us who aren't working can do? We can sign up to speak for every single item on the agenda. I'm pretty sure I can filibuster for 3 minutes on any subject whatsoever. So if you think that you're going to shorten the meeting by moving call the public to the end, you are sorely mistaken. And the fact that you think that it's more important to send employees off to do something else than to listen to the people that you purport to represent is reprehensible. Okay? As Scotty pointed out, these people can sit in their office, they can call it in, do it all the time. Lobbyists, the rest of these people, they don't have to be here physically. Oh, it's more important to prioritize the time of the bureaucracy than the constituency. That's the message you send if you vote to put this at the end of the meeting. Now, granted, this is the last meeting of the year, and, you know, a couple of you lame ducks, ho, 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 can't wait to see you go, don't have anything to lose in this. And you're basically putting this in place before a new board is sworn in. I think you should let them make that decision and live with the outcome of it. That's just my opinion. Not that you guys ever really pay attention to my opinion. But this is just another maneuver to suppress and chill the speech of the people who take their time. They have to sign up by 9:30. These meetings have been known to go to 5 p.m. So you're asking them to sign up at 9:30 and sit here all day? Well, if you're going to make me do that, I'll filibuster. Thank you.
Thank you. Is James Jones and then Sean Meisner.
Good morning, Board of Supervisor and all comrades. This is just another ploy. Lingenfelter, you're a good guy. I know you are. I know you got a good brain on your head, but you're not thinking about the people. You're not thinking America first. The people want to say something, and it's important to get across to you guys some of the opinions that we all might have. We make mistakes. You make mistakes. What's happening here today is really kind of a move to just forget about what the people have to say. But the people that are here to change maybe a zoning or something like that, they're only in this room for their personal problem. They're not looking at the big picture like we are. We that come here on a steady basis, we want to bring our country back to a constitutional republic, the de jure republic. That's what America First is all about. No, the First Amendment is the most important issue on this agenda. Yes, we use the word may. You know what? You can just cancel it all you want. Cancel it totally. Don't let the public speak. Show who you really are. Show us you are really American people that care about what the people have to say, because we have some ideas and you can learn from them. We're not out here trying to be hard-nosed and put you down, okay? And you do really tick us off a lot of times because you don't want to listen. So it's a give and take for all of us. If we all work together and build our country at the county level, we can have unity. Remember that word, unity. I don't want any hard feelings between any of us. And we disagree about a lot of things, because I look at government a whole lot differently than a conservative does. A conservative thinking is a moderate thinking. It's only about moderations of thinking. I go way beyond that. So we're going to have a dialogue. We're going to have some sort of ideas that we can do things and work together and build this community back to what it should be. Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Mr. Jones? This is an item I'd like to ask you some questions.
Certainly.
First of all, I want to say that I respect your opinion, and I'm thankful that you're here to talk. I want to tell you why I put this on. So my district, District 1, goes all the way up to the Washington County-Utah border, and it's 65% of Mojave County. I put this on not to save the staff's time, because they're on the clock. They're going to get paid no matter what. I'm here putting this item on because we have people in Mojave County that pay a fee for business processes, and this is primarily a business meeting. And they come all the way from Centennial Park, Cane Beds, Colorado City, Beaver Dam, Scenic, Littlefield, Havasu, some of these other areas, and they're required to be here because they have paid a fee for an official county business process, and they have to have an official county business determination. And I think that their time as a business process is just as important, because those people, they want to get back to work too, right? And they have to be here. Because a lot of times, if you've watched the P&Z meetings, or if you've watched a county board of supervisors meeting, and you're not here to answer questions about your business item and your land use determination item, or whatever it is, your item either gets postponed because we have questions and they can't be answered, or it gets denied. So in fairness to those people and those business processes, that's why I said we're going to get to those things first. We're all on the same side. I think that we are all America first. We all care about free speech and the First Amendment passionately. And this doesn't change free speech. Yes, it puts it at the bottom of the meeting, but I reached out to all of our cities, many cities. The city of Lake Havasu recently put their call to the public at the end of the meeting, and it's working out fine if you ask them. We don't have a time limit on our call to the public. We'll sit here for hours. Bullhead City, they actually have a time limit where they only have a certain amount of people that are able to speak. We don't have that. I'll sit here all day and listen to people and their items and what they want to talk about. And it doesn't matter if it's at the beginning of the meeting or the end of the meeting. I'm going to stay here for the whole time. So it's just in fairness to the people that have paid a fee, a business fee, for a process to get a land use determination or something, that they have to be here. And they don't have to sit here all day because they want to get back to work too. That's why I put it on. Did you have any questions about that?
I see it's a mindset misunderstanding, and we can't stand here and all day long and try and figure it out. We'll have to sit down sometime and talk about it.
I'd welcome that.
Because money doesn't come before freedom, okay? Money doesn't, or the love of money, doesn't make things happen, okay? The people that are spending their money and coming here to start a business should not have priority over the people, because when they're sitting there listening to the people before they get their business done and take off, they might need to know what's really going on. Because I didn't know what was going on in this Board of Supervisors meetings until I started coming here. More people need to do that, because my interest was, how's the system work? Who's who, what's what is really going on? And I see some real fallacies in the system. I've already expressed them this year. Next year, maybe I'll express them again. It's real important that we get it together, because we have a lot of problems. They're simple to fix. It just takes everybody on the same mindset. So a conservative mindset is, let's take care of business first.
And that's what I'm proposing, is that we take care of the business first.
I understand that.
And we do encourage everybody to come and attend. Those that have business, they can stay the whole meeting, and we encourage that. We encourage people to come to the meeting. If they can't come to the meeting, we also encourage them to watch it online. because we want that participation. I think we're on the same page.
I think pretty much so we are. The problem is timing. I think that we need to work that out, and I think that's why the people are kind of resisting today of what's going on, is we want business, we want expansion, but we want it done correctly. We want it done in such a manner that nobody gets hurt, okay? Yeah. Over expanding, overdoing things, that's another subject, but this subject right here is very important to the people to get a lot of things off their chest. There's a lot of people out there that don't come in here because they're so mad they don't even vote, and that's sad to me. I think our country is headed in the wrong direction, and it starts right here in the county. That each and every one of us need to find out or look into what can we do to change this.
Yeah.
Well, we have to bring a united front together.
The last thing I would say is I would echo your point that the freedom of speech is more important than money. That's absolutely true, and we're not taking that away. Everybody in Mojave County may not care about everything that the county does, but everybody in Mojave County cares at least about something or a few things that Mojave County does. And to do those services, we have to have money to run those services. So that doesn't place it on the level of being more important than freedom of speech, but we do have to have money to operate. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Lined up, Supervisor?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think I explained the rationale, and I would open it up to the rest of the board. And if there is no discussion, I would make a motion.
Second. Motion.
I'd motion to approve an amendment to the Mojave County Board of Supervisors Rules of Order by placing the call to the public at the end of the Board of Supervisors agenda to ensure timely handling of all required official public hearings and business items while allowing the public to participate in the call to the public.
Second.
Okay, I need a second. Do we have a second?
Second.
Chairman, I will second with an explanation.
Okay.
Okay, I've listened to what Supervisor Lingenfelter said, and I've also listened to the speakers that came down to the podium. I think it is important that we take care of the county business, and if we take care of that county business first and move the call to the public to the end, the future board can change that if it doesn't work out. It's a temporary thing, it's not permanent, but what I've seen most recently is the hatred and the vitriol, and people are using the call of the public just to some speak the truth, yes.
Excuse me.
Some sing karaoke songs, like Mr. Esposito came down singing "It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood." I mean, that's free speech. I appreciate that. Other people just read magazine articles they find of interest. Others yell and scream, grandstanding, or trying to get material for a podcast. So, it's all free speech, and I do believe in the Constitution, but I would not be opposed to moving this to the end of the agenda.
Okay, so we have a motion and second. Any further
Chair.
discussion? Yes, Supervisor Gould.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Every legislative body that I've been a member of, whether it was the Board of Supervisors, the City Council, the State Senate, the Republican Party, the first thing that new body does is set its own rules. We essentially, 3/5 of this body will not be here after the first of the year. I feel that it's inappropriate for this board to set the rules for that next board. The next board can set its own rules. This should have waited until then. I'm okay eating my spinach first. It gets it out of the way. I don't really want to deal with it at the end of the meeting because I'm mentally tired at the end of the meeting. I'd rather go ahead and do it up front. But more so, this is, you're setting rules for a different legislative body that 3/5 of us will not be a part of. So I cannot support this motion. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other? Supervisor Johnson, we ready to vote?
I'm ready. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear?
Very mute.
Yeah, we
Can
hear
you hear me?
very little.
Can you hear me, Madam Chair? Madam Chair, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have a motion, a second. I'm going to take a roll call.
Supervisor Lingenfelter,
Yes.
Supervisor Johnson,
Yes.
Supervisor Bishop,
Yes, but I'd like it noted that the supervisor-elect, Don Martin, sent a text message saying that he's against moving it, but, so when he's sitting in my chair, he can reverse this vote.
Okay.
Supervisor Gould,
No.
and Chairman Angus.
I'm going to explain my vote. This call to public has been at the top of our discussions I've been here for 12 years. When I took office in 2013, we had no call to public. The board before did not have a call to public, and I sat there while I was running, and I would, go and sign up for things I could sign up for, but I thought it was important. And so the first thing, in the first day of 2013, the new board put in the call to public, and I've been proud of it. Do I think it's been misused? Yes. But we've gone through this. 3 of us are on the way out, and I agree with Supervisor Gould. I do not think this board should be making this decision for the next board. So with that in mind, I'm going to vote no.
The motion passes 3-2.